Rob, at a point, I guess you must take that at 2-0 down at one point?
Yeah, I think so. Said to the lads, they're a bit flat in the dressing room then, pick their heads up and say, come on, in the end, that's a really good point. You give a team like that, who are very well drilled, really well structured, you give them a 2-goal head start, and if someone would have offered me then, let's be honest, a 2-2 draw at the end, then I would have taken it. I think we all would have at that moment. So really proud of the lads, the way they responded, kept going, trying to do the right things against a really good team. But I think it's what we deserve, by the way, at the very least. So let me get that bit clear as well. But pleased with the end result.
And far from ideal start, but I thought the reaction to going behind was very good.
It was, wasn't it? I thought we played really well. I do. But there was some really good football up to that final bit again. And I know that's always the hardest bit. It's what we talk about. There was a few that flashed across, and we didn't quite get on the end of it, and we huffed and puffed. But I thought the actual build and getting to a point was very, very good. So the response, you're right, to the setback was great, but you'd expect that from our lads. They've got a strong character and they've shown a lot of resilience already this season. That was never in doubt. So I was pleased with the response.
I guess the response to the second goal was good as well, because that sort of came out of the blue. Started the second half well, and then maybe hitting of offside in the goal.
Was offside. Not a hint. It was offside. It was offside. Yeah, the second goal was offside. So they got that one wrong. Unfortunately for us, we had to pay the price for it.
And then obviously getting the 2 goals, Adebayo pulling one back, and then Luke Berry must be pleased. Coming off the bench, really good finish from him.
Brilliant. That's what he does, isn't it? And just during the game, then we had a bit of a feel. You got to get goals on the pitch. Unfortunately, he was just feeling his knee. We could have brought Sonny on and kept the shape the same, but we needed to take that gamble then and get more goals on. And unfortunately for us, Bez did what he does really well.
And obviously, couldn't quite find the winning goal, but the crowd were really urging you on. It's a great atmosphere tonight. Yeah,
a cracking atmosphere, and especially once we got the second goal. But even at 2-0 down, the fans could see that we were, the lads were like they do. They try, they give everything, and they were still with us. Getting that one back, Eli's goal was important at that time. I think just to keep that belief and keep the atmosphere there, because one goal in it, then anything can happen. And yeah, thankfully Bez got that second goal. We really pushed. Carlton had his header, didn't he? That just went over towards the end. So we did have our moments.
Was the game a bit more open than maybe you expected? These were 2 very well defensively organised teams coming up against each other today.
We didn't get the first bit right, and I'm disappointed with that bit. The mistake is a mistake, and that's human error, and that no problem with that. Ethan's been outstanding for us, so that's that. But we should have dealt with the first and the second ball better, and we went through that in great detail as well, which is that's disappointing. But then 4 goals in the game. We should have had a penalty as well. But yeah, mate, I don't know if it was that open. I think they did what we sort of expected, and they're really comfortable but good in that sort of mid-pressy, mid-block, which allowed us a bit more of the ball. So we had to be brave, we had to take it, and we had to try and play maybe a little bit of a different way to some of the games that we've had recently. But full credit to the lads, they found a way. And in football, you've got to solve problems, and Millwall are very good at setting you certain problems, and it's difficult to break that down. I went to watch them live against Burnley the other week, where Burnley got a point, and a lot of possession that Burnley had, but ultimately only 1 goal. Did have some chances, so to score 2 against them after being 2-0 down is I see that as a real positive. Taking the emotion away from coming from 2 goals down, how important was it tonight to just not lose to another playoff hopeful? Yeah, I think it was. There's still 12 games to go for us after this now, am I right? 12, yeah. So there's still a lot of points to play for. So it wasn't one of those where it's like a must-win game. But that being said, and I said it after the weekend, the next game is the most important game of the season, and now Saturday becomes that. So it was a really big game, not because it was against Millwall, just it is anyway. Of course I get your point. Keeps us level and obviously in the mix with them as well, and every point is a point gained at the moment. A lot of injuries to defenders at the moment. Gabe Osho had to come off. Have you had a chance to assess what's wrong with him? I'm hoping he'll be okay. It'll be something that we can manage. So we'll see on that one. A bit too early to tell. I thought he was outstanding, by the way, Gabe as well, especially in that first half. He was really brave on the ball and a real outlet for us. But yeah, he was just starting to. He was feeling it in the first half as well. So, you know, we've got to assess the lads at the moment now. We'll hopefully get Berkey back on the weekend, you know, we'll keep juggling them about at the moment. One goes out and one needs to come in at the moment.